Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Keto and the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and this is an episode of Tammy's Tidbits. So today I have a photo shoot, and it is totally snowing outside. You probably can't tell, but I am praying it doesn't start to come down in a horrible, nasty blizzard and totally ruin this photo shoot today, because I really cannot reschedule this. So we are gonna make the best of it and hope we don't freeze to death and die. But I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had much chance to do a lot of photography since I started YouTube, and this is pretty much my last photo shoot. I think I have one more before I have to take some time off for dance picture season. So this ought to be a fun, if not cold, day. It may not even be recording, I don't know. Is it recording? It is. Hello! And I'm like, I think I missed the boat on that.
The native women in Africa never used to
I'm
ride.
like, it is too late for that, my friends. I'm just glad there's still some there to bounce.
I have my orthodontist appointment. It has been 6 weeks since my last orthodontist appointment, and I am super anxious to find out what the next step in my orthodontic plan is.
So as you can see, over time, my teeth have been they have extended out. As these top teeth have been aligning, they're really getting in front of my bottom teeth, which is the goal, but it's starting to make me feel a little buck teethy. You can see from this side. Let's see. You see that? They're really over the fronts, which is the goal because they need to have room to put the bottom ones on. But they're starting to really get in my way and really start to affect me. Plus I have gaps now, like in this one right here. I never had gaps in my teeth before. So it's kind of weird. Also, the way that my teeth are lining up right now, because the top ones are going out more and the bottom ones are still in, the way they line up with my bite, it makes it hard to eat. I can't like bite anything with my front teeth, and my back teeth just hit in the wrong place, and I'm getting a lot of pain and I'm jaw clenching a lot more. And if you guys don't know, the reason I decided I was gonna get braces was to maybe help my jaw, because I clench my jaw so much during stressful situations. I wanted them to line up better so that maybe it wouldn't be as painful. But it's becoming more painful because of the way they line up and the way it makes me want to, well, subconsciously, I'm clenching my jaw more, which is really frustrating. So I'm hoping for some good news at my appointment today. They told me it was gonna be 4 months before they put the bottom braces on. It has only been about 3.5. I've got a few more weeks before I actually hit that 4-month mark, but we'll see what they say when we get over there. I'll let you guys know, I'll keep you updated. Okay, so good news. The next time I come in, which is in 4 weeks, I get to have my bottom braces put on. Yay! He's happy with this overbite thing because that's what he was trying to accomplish, so that they'd fit on the bottom teeth, because before they were too tight. I got my first power chain over here. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's to get rid of the gap, maybe. I'm not sure. Week for you guys. I haven't had a lot to say. I missed my ballet class because my car was dead, and I haven't really had anything that I wanted to share. Because it's already past the weigh-in when you guys are seeing this, I am going to tell you that this morning I got on the scale and saw a new low of 178. I think it was 178.2 pounds. So that puts me at 196 pounds lost and only 4 pounds away from 200. That's amazing. I'm super excited about it. It's Saturday morning and I'm feeling like total crap because I was woken up again by another earthquake at 2:30 this morning. It was a 3.1, but I swear it felt worse than the 3.7. I don't know if it's just like where it was located. Dave thinks that it was a little further, a little closer to us than the last ones were. But apparently in the last week, there have been 103 earthquakes in this area. I have personally felt 4 of them. So it's been really, really exciting and yet stressful around here with the earthquakes. I mean, they're not big enough to do anything, but they sure are big enough to scare us. We've been scared about earthquakes our whole lives because it's Utah, and we've been told that we were going to have a big one at one point. And so any little rumble can be quite scary after not having any for so long. But 103 in a week? What on earth is that? Is that like some kind of a record? I cannot even believe it. But I'm just hanging out here in the bath this morning, and I wanted to take a minute to chat with you guys because I haven't. I hope you're all doing really well. Don't forget your self-care. I saw there was posts on Facebook about what do you do when you're emotionally having difficulties and you want to eat? You have to have your list of things like this, like taking a bath, using a face mask, go and get your nails done, things that make you feel better that don't involve food. So don't forget to make your list before those situations happen. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little while. My favorite thing to do is wear a mask. These are awesome. They really help my dry skin. I have such bad dry skin, so I'm happy to have these, and they're fun part of my take care of me time. Hey guys, so it's been a really great day today. I had such an awesome weigh-in and everything
today has been so great at church, and I had such a spiritual experience. And tonight I went to like a meeting about friendship and on how to be better friends, and I really enjoyed the talk, and I thought it was such a great message on what to do in order to sustain friendships and like have real great friendships that last. But of course, right after the thing is over, they open up this insane dessert bar that is like French desserts and like macaroons and tiny little cupcakes and petit four and little brownies with mint frosting and oh my god, you name it, they had it. Raspberry mousse. Like normally, you guys, I just do not care about stuff like that, and I'm able to be fine and kind of like not feel fear of missing out, you know, when watching other people eat it, and I'm able to like just like wait until later. And I thought, man, I should have brought a keto cake. But then I'm like, I don't really want to eat a keto cake. I have some in my freezer for when I go for after next week when I'm done losing weight. Oh, sorry about my crappy lipstick too. Just noticed that. Oh, whatever. So yeah, I didn't really want to eat a keto cake because I don't really want to have that extra high fat. I want to have one more week of fat loss macros. And so, I don't know. I mean, when I was there, I guess it didn't really bother me that much. And then when I got home, Dave had made pulled pork, which is not going to fit in my macros for today. And so now I don't even know what I want to eat. And I'm just feeling kind of grumpy and like, you guys know how I feel. You guys know how I feel. Even 2 years in, it's still hard when they just don't think about you. You're the exception to the rule, you know, and everything social has to be surrounded with pretty little food. And I'm sure it was just well thought of, and it was supposed to be really, really fun. And it was really, really fun for everyone who could enjoy it. But then for those of us who couldn't enjoy it, it felt extremely ostracizing and like off-putting. I don't know. So I can't even decide what I want to eat. I just don't even want to eat at this point. Like, my head hurts. I feel like there's too much noise. I had to come upstairs in my room because the kids were making so much noise in every room that I literally just felt like my head was going to explode. And then Dave is literally standing over me, which is his sign of he knows I'm about to be a crazy person. I hate that. And waiting for me to tell him what to make me. And I don't even know what to tell him because I don't know what I want. And so I decided to talk to you guys instead because right now I feel like you guys are my friends and I really don't have any friends that I can like talk to about this stuff and have them really get it and understand, you know? So there's that. Moving on. Tomorrow's a new day and everything, and I should just go take off my makeup and lay down and like take a rest. But I really need to come up with what I'm going to eat for dinner. But literally, after seeing all those desserts, nothing sounds good. Nothing at all. Except for maybe a keto cake. But I'm not giving in to a keto cake. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay. I took my makeup off, moisturized my face, got into some comfy pajamas, and got a little Soleil water in me, and I'm feeling a lot better. A lot better. See, you know, like times like these where you feel really crappy and you just want to cave. Sometimes you just remember your self-care and do some things for yourself and remind yourself while you're doing what you're doing, you can get back and get a handle on it and you'll feel a lot better. I settled on having a skillet pizza, which makes me feel a little bit like I'm getting something yummy because it has a lot more cheese, with chicken topping and chicken and pepperoni topping with some marinara sauce. So that's what I'm going to be having. Dave is now making it and he's going to bring it up soon. So I'm feeling a lot better. I just wanted to update you guys that my freak out is over. I'm back to reality and back to feeling okay. Man, that FOMO, fear of missing out, it'll get you every time.
It stopped. I don't know what it's doing. GoPro, stop recording. Ruby cam.
All right, you guys, look what Dave found me last night. The new Orange Vanilla Coke Zero. I'm super excited about this. Any new flavor of anything that we can drink always makes me happy. So I'm about to taste test this for you guys and see what I think.
Yummy.
Interesting.
Mom, I only have one more slice.
Okay. It's almost like they took and put like baby aspirin in Coke. You know those old baby aspirins that used to... It's kind of like Orange Vanilla Mio in Coke, actually. Pretty dang close. I like it. It's definitely different. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Orange Vanilla Coke Zero. Yes, I am.
Yeah, it's orange flavor. And
I'm having my delicious keto meal alongside... This is my first meal, Ruby's second meal.
I know.
Jasper gave up on keto and is eating his carbs. He's got some oatmeal down there with syrup in it.
He's taking down the keto.
Yeah, well, it's hard for him because he's allergic to dairy. To do keto is pretty complicated without dairy, and I don't have all the supplies I'd need to do that. What are you thinking about your keto days so far?
Here we have milk.
Pretty good?
I can have wheat and sugar. No?
You can have wheat and sugar. You're so cute. Wait, show me your scores. There we go. Woo!
I am the winner!
Woohoo! Why do I hear a chicken right now? What's the flip, chicken? What are you doing out of your backyard? I don't have time for this. Tick, 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 tick. Hey, tick, 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 tick. Come on, you know I'm the one who feeds you. Come on. I don't have time to chase you. Come on. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, so snow is bad enough, but chasing a chicken through the snow without a jacket because you can't find it and check and get over the fence is not my idea of a fun Sunday morning. Just saying.
It smells like real pizza. Oh my gosh, it's hot.
It's hot. I'm sorry. I just barely made it. So as most of you guys know, I like these little videos to be kind of vlog-like, show you a little bit about my life, the things that I've been doing, and that kind of thing. And as you guys probably know from me talking about it in various live chats and weigh-ins, on March 1st, I decided I am going to stop doing my fat loss macros and move to a more maintenance-centric approach to keto. So I thought it might be a good time for me to talk about a little bit about macros, how I use them, what my goals are, why I'm switching, and that kind of thing for this video, so that it's not just all vlog, that I actually teach you something in this video, because I want all of my videos to have merit and have something that I can give you guys that will help you in your own keto journey. So as you probably are aware, unless you're new to this channel, for January and February, I have been back on my fat loss macros. So If you are unsure about what I'm using for fat loss macros, I actually have a video I will link up here in the cards. And also, if you want to know more about it, you can join my Facebook group. The link is in the About section below. I have a macros chart there and how to use it and why I use it for the best fat loss possible. It seems like it works really, really well for most everyone. And I have been using fat loss macros for most of my keto journey. So when I began my ketogenic journey on January 1st, 2017, I basically did 1 week on my own, and then I started right the next week on this macros-centric approach to losing weight. So my macros that I've used from the very, very beginning is 120 grams of protein, 78 grams of fat, and 21 or less net carbs. Those are the macros that I've used from the beginning of my journey. Every time I want to lose fat, I've been using the same macros. It didn't matter if I was 374 pounds, which is what I was when I started out, or 176, which is what I was the other day on the last day of my keto cut, this most recent fat loss cut. So for the entire first year, I used those macros exclusively, lost 138 pounds in a year. Was amazing. I stayed on those macros for January and February of 2018, and then March through May of 2018, I took a more maintenance approach during competition season where I did more like lazy keto. I still wasn't really tracking it, but I just basically did lazy keto March through May, hit it again with the fat loss macros in June, and then I did lazy keto again July through September, hit it again in October with the fat loss macros, and then in the holidays, November and December, I went back to lazy keto. That's how I did all last year, and I lost 61 pounds last year. January and February of this year, I went back to my fat loss macros, and it was harder than ever before. I think because I didn't have a plethora of fat on my body anymore, that my body was starting to panic when I would keep my fat grams so low. And so I think my body was just kind of telling me, that's danger zone. You don't want to get too skinny or I won't have anything as backup. I'm not exactly sure. It took me a whole month to really get comfortable again with the fat loss macros. And in February, I felt like it went really well and it wasn't difficult and I didn't feel miserable. That maybe had something to do with my seasonal depression. It was really bad in January and it wasn't so bad in February, and now it's getting a lot better now that we're hitting March. So this time I am doing more of a planned maintenance macrocentric, still macrocentric way of eating for maintenance. So I kind of did lazy keto last year, just to play at seeing where I was satiated. I still kept my protein level pretty high, and I just kind of kept my fats and carbs where they may. I think I probably went over my carbs a lot, and I think maybe I was kidding myself a little bit that I wasn't going over them. I think I kicked myself out of ketosis a lot. I was holding on to a lot of water. I dropped so much water weight in June after having that March through May lazy keto cycle that I know I was eating things that were probably not the best for me, because I dropped like 20 pounds in June, and there's no way that was all fat. It was probably mostly water. I bet I only lost 4 or 5 pounds in June of fat, and the rest was all water that I was hanging on to March through May. So now I am coming into dance competition season again. It is a stressful time of year. It's super busy. Insanely busy. I also do dance studio photography for 2 big studios, which takes up a lot of my extra time. That, coupled with having 2 YouTube channels this year, it will truly be a miracle if I survive. I don't really have a lot of time to think about my food, and I feel like I need to eat more food in order to deal with the stress that I'm going to be under. So that is actually something that Dr. Finney, he kind of teaches to use fat as a lever. He definitely teaches use fat as a lever. We keep our fats lower when we're trying to lose fat from our body, because our body will just automatically burn what we have available. It'll still get the 75% fat that it needs, but it'll either get it from your plate or your body. Whereas in maintenance, you keep your protein level and your carb level the same, and you raise your fats up to where you're not losing anymore. So I'm trying to go by raising my fats up to where Chronometer says that I'm burning. So Chronometer says I'm burning at my current weight about 1,800 calories. So I'm trying to bring up my calories from 1,300, 1,266 to be exact, from about 1,300 calories up to 1,800 calories using only fats. It has been more complicated than I expected, especially trying to track it, because as you well know, when you eat out or whatever, or you're busy, you don't always remember what you ate. Like, I'm still struggling with the tracking part of doing this. And when I have tracked it, I've been shocked at how much over my calories I have gone and how high on my carbs. I think I was up at 26 carbs the other day and 2,600 calories, which that's not going to be good for me in long term, because if I eat too much fat, my body will store it. Because obviously if it has an excess, it's going to store it. So I don't want to have too much of an excess. And I definitely would like to lose 1 or 2 pounds every 4 weeks while I'm doing this, because I'm still not quite to my goal. I'm about 16 pounds away from where I'd like to be. So not super far away from my goal, but I am very, very close, and I wouldn't mind like inching a little bit closer during the next 3 months. But my main goal is to maintain in the 170s for the next 4 weeks. Well, for the next 3 months. And so I'm only going to count the weights, the low weights from 4 weeks apart, because I have water weight, and I'm going to be eating keto-fied things, and I'm probably going to have some water weight gain because of that. So I'm really only going to go by that 4-week weight, just determine whether or not I need to change my macros. So for the next 4 weeks, my goal is to have the macros of 120 protein, 120 fat, and 21 or fewer net carbs. So far, with this last competition weekend, I greatly exceeded it both days. The first day, I think I hit 2,200 calories, and my proteins were way over. I think I was at 150 on my protein. And then the next day, I was like way high. I can't even remember. Oh, I should look, but I don't even want to remember because it was that bad. And then yesterday, I was able to keep my proteins to 135, so they were still a little higher. It's just kind of tricky to figure out how to get those fats up when I'm so used to eating lean meats. I don't really have any fatty cuts of meats. And so now I feel like I'm adding like the keto cakes and like the little peanut butter fat bombs that I've made, little peanut butter chocolate fat bomb things. Trying to use fat bombs to get to my fat macro, which isn't the best choice. It's better to get it from your food if you can. What I really should be doing is getting higher fat bacon, higher fat ground beef, eating the wings and the thighs and things like that, and getting my fats from the foods rather than trying to add the fats in the form of treats. But it's going to take me a little bit to figure that out. And with another competition weekend, including travel coming up this weekend, I'm playing survival mode. Yesterday, I literally felt like a Mack truck ran me over. If you saw my weigh-in video from last Sunday, that was insane. I tell you, I woke up with horrible pain in my arms. I was so beat. And I didn't even clog. All I did was do hair and makeup on multiple girls and help with costume changes and record the dances and run up and down the stairs a million times. Like, I did some exercise for sure, but I didn't work as hard, I think, as the kids with their clogging, but I still felt like death, and so did all of them. We had major competition hangover yesterday. Nobody even took their competition hair out. My girls are all still wearing their competition hair. That is where we're at right now. We haven't hardly done any school. I think they've done some math. That is about it. We are still kind of like blinking our eyes. But I wanted to make sure I got this video made before the next crazy competition weekend hits, because other than I don't know when I'll get it done if I don't. So I decided to sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about what my plans are. So right now, that's my plan, is to track as best I can. When I'm going to be eating out, there's only so much I can do. My best guess is just try and keep my carbs as low as possible. It is tricky, you guys. Maintenance is definitely not easy. In fact, I feel like maintenance is a lot more complicated than fat loss, because fat loss is pretty straightforward. Stick to these macros, keep your fats under this number, keep your proteins at this level, keep your carbs under this number, and you will lose weight. Super easy, right? But when you want to maintain and you have no idea what it takes macros-wise for your body to really maintain and stay the same, it's complicated. I definitely don't want to go up. So you guys will watch over the next 4 weeks. Should be the next Tammy's Tidbits video. We'll probably be talking how it went, whether I maintained or not, how did that go, and that kind of thing. So basically in 4 weeks, 4 weekends from now, from this last one, that will be when I determine Am I eating too much food? Do I need to rein it back in? Do I need to change the macros that I'm using? Did I still continue to lose? Am I still at a little bit of a deficit? If so, woohoo. Do I really want to raise it up and maintain? Or do I want to still just keep that deficit and hope to lose? It's a lot of mind games, you guys. It's a lot of mind games. And as me and my sister talked about at the competition this last weekend, because her son is now competing as well, we talked about it because she says that Quest bars were her downfall. She felt like she could eat Quest bars because she got to her goal weight of 150 something, and she really got addicted to the Quest bars to the point where she was like, well, eating a ton of them. She got them on a really good deal, and she was eating so many of them that she ended up gaining weight. And so she thought, well, if I'm gaining weight staying in ketosis, I may as well eat some Milk Duds. And so she's like, I ended up all of a sudden, like, she's like, it was fine for a really long time. And then one day I woke up the next morning, I was 15 pounds up. She's like, it's really scary. It's really scary how your mind plays with your, how your mind plays mind games with you and makes you convinced that you can do things that you know you can't do. And so now she's back to trying to get back on fat loss macros, and it's complicated. And she was saying, don't do it, Tammy, don't do it. So I'm going to do my best. I am definitely going to keep eating these. I have decided these are going to be my protein bar of choice. I may put the clip in here of me eating the protein bar and letting you guys know what I think about it. If not, it'll be in one of my last What to Eat Wednesdays, because I did do a clip talking about how I felt about these, how they tasted and everything. But the macros on these are amazing. All right, so I opened up this Primal Thin bar from Julian Bakery. It's kind of got, it's kind of bendy, so it's not like super thick and like hard like a Quest bar. It kind of reminds me of a Bitto honey texture looking, like the way it looks. I was kind of expecting it to be like, I don't know, like white or like have like white coating of some kind on it, but it's just kind of like dull brown. But I don't know, let's find out if it tastes good. I hope it tastes good, because I really want it to taste good. It's going to be all in my cheese, yep. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know how to describe it.
Is it good?
Ironically, still reminded me of a Bitto honey. Kind of the same texture, but not quite as hard. Definitely sticky, and sticking in my braces pretty bad, which isn't my favorite, because if I'm going to eat these on the go, I don't have to worry about whether or not I've got crap stuck in my teeth. It kind of tastes like it has sunflower seeds. Oh, wasn't one of the ingredients like sunflower nut butter? I think it was. Let's see. Yeah. Whey protein, prebiotic tapioca fiber, sunflower butter, and monk fruit extract. I don't know that I'd call it a sweet cream flavor. It definitely has a sunflower taste to it.
Can I try?
I definitely like the texture compared to Quest bars. I don't like Quest bars. I feel like they taste gritty. This is smoother, chewier, definitely stickier. It's like sticking all over my teeth, back and front. Quest bars don't do that. I can just eat a Quest bar. It doesn't stick to my braces. But I definitely prefer the texture of this, and the macros, hello, are so much better than a Quest bar. The ingredients are so much better than Quest bar. Good job, Julian Bakery. I think I found my new protein bar for competition season. I am going to stock up on these, get me a supply, so that I can have these on the go.
Especially for Idaho.
Yeah. Save my box that I've got already for Idaho this weekend. But yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. They're from Julian Bakery. They're monk fruit sweetened. 20 grams of protein, only 5 grams of fat, and only 1 net carb. And they actually taste good. So guys, these are worth the money. Buy yourself a box of these Primal Thins. Oh my heck. So glad I researched bars and found one that's going to work for me, because I need to be able to take stuff with me on the go that I can trust, that aren't going to completely kick me out of ketosis. you'll notice if you look back in my past videos about when I was eating lazy keto, that I was pretty much eating a Think Thin bar every single day because they're easy to buy at the gas station, but they have maltitol in them. So they were probably doing a number on my blood glucose level. It's not a ton of maltitol in them. They have glycerin as well, but it's not the best choice. And I wanted to make sure that I had on hand a better choice. And I think for this box of 12, it was like, I want to say it was $27 for a box of 12, which is basically what I pay for Think Thin bar in the gas station. So if I can keep myself from eating a million of these, which will be hard because they are actually really tasty, I will have some of them on hand. Don't worry, Angela, I'm not gonna make the mistake and eat them all in one day or whatever. I'm gonna be good. One per day only. They're way too expensive to eat them all in one day. So that's my plan. Wish me luck, you guys. I know this is kind of like uncharted territory for me, but I did want to talk about it because I realized that this is actually something that I kind of came up with on my own. Dr. Finney didn't teach it. I didn't find it on a keto website. This is all me, but taking breaks. So like the first year I didn't take any breaks, and the second year I did mostly breaks. So I only did that 2 months in the beginning, 1 month in June, 1 month in October. 4 months of fat loss macros only last year and took breaks. And I felt like it worked pretty dang well for that second half of the year where I didn't want to lose quite as quickly as I had lost the first year. The first year I was just desperate. I wanted to get out of my body, and I did it. I got 138 down in a year. That was amazing. But I didn't quite want to lose that quickly for skin and other reasons. I just really wanted to take it a little bit more slowly. And this year I've only got a few more pounds to go, and I kind of want to take it as slow as I can because I'm kind of nervous about being to that goal and not being sure about how to maintain it. I really want to practice maintaining and also give my body a break from fat loss because, in January, I felt like my body was being sucked dry. I just don't have a lot of fat left on me. I've really only got a lot still in my midsection, my stomach, and my butt and thighs. The rest of me is pretty much where I want it to be, and I'm kind of nervous about losing much more because my face is already so thin. I really like my face, and I really don't want to lose my cheeks. I love my cheeks, and I like how I look. So I'm kind of nervous about trying to lose the body weight that I might lose more in the face weight, and I don't really want that to happen. So I guess this is a Tammi thing. This is my first official Tammi thing, is maintenance breaks. So in the original group that I learned, we talked about maintenance days. And if you're on your journey and you have a lot to lose, you probably don't want to take a 3 months maintenance break. But you may want to take a maintenance day once a month, which is what they kind of teach. One day with a higher fat so that your body just kind of messes with your metabolism, keeps it guessing, that kind of thing, gives your body a little fat infusion to keep it going and that kind of thing. If you eat the high fat every single day, you're eventually going to hit a stall. You'll eventually get to the point where you're eating the same amount that you're burning and you'll just stall out. You really need to keep your fats lower, your calories lower than what you're burning. So the smaller you get, the harder it's going to be to do a higher fat keto and still lose. Which is why these macros work really great, because they're set at a deficit for a thin, lean mass person, which is great. So you don't ever have to change them the whole entire time. Unless you're doing them and you find yourself when you're really close to goal that you're hitting a place where you're not losing, you might just need to lower those fat grams 10 more and try that, or 20 more and try that, and just cut that last bit and then go back to a maintenance level. So, but the thing that is me, and is not Dr. Finney or the other group or whatever, is taking these long-time maintenance breaks. Because it really seems to me like when I give my body a rest from fat loss, gives it really a chance. I'm still doing intermittent fasting as much as I can, and I'm still providing autophagy opportunities, and I'm still eating the protein for muscle protein synthesis. So I'm still maintaining and building my lean mass and giving my body time to get its skin elasticity back, to just take a break from having to burn body fat as much and just let it have a little bit of a break, and then hitting it hard again and going into another cut and then a break. I'm sure someone out there has talked about this before, but I personally haven't seen it. So if you guys want to call it a Tammy's tip, there you go. As you're getting into your closer to your goal and you want to like take your time a little bit, give yourself some time, you might want to consider taking a couple months off and practice at maintenance so that by the time you get to maintenance, you kind of have a really good handle on what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. All right. That's all I have for you guys, and that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, this little vlog of my crazy life. And if you would like to see more of that, I have a ton of vlogs over on our other channel, Hide and Seek. I'll go ahead and link that for you here. And I hope that I can count on your support on both of my channels because my kids love working hard on YouTube, and we're both working hard to make a better life for ourselves and for our kids so that we can do the things that we love and spend time as a family and not be stressed out about when the next paycheck is going to be here. So thank you so much for all of your support. Don't forget to check out our Teespring store. We have one on each channel with awesome merchandise that you can buy to support us and show your love for our channel. We also have a Patreon page for anyone who would like to donate to the Patreon. The link is in the About section below. I have different tiers, including a personal coaching tier, so be sure to check that out. And we appreciate you taking the time and giving of what you have so that we can continue this channel and continue to bring you awesome videos like this one, which all of my Tammi's Tidbits and recipe videos are available to all of my Patreons at least 24 hours before they go out to the general public as a thank you. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you all again soon.